Good morning, students. Today we will start chapter 3, trigonometric functions. As we are seeing on screen, picture of a Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta was an extraordinary teacher and scholar who had immense knowledge about mathematics and astronomy. Aryabhatta was born in Kerala and lived from 476 to 550 AD. This is written here. We must read about our great mathematicians also. He completed his education from the ancient University of Nalanda. Great. I think we have to grateful his contribution towards mathematics. He gives us zero, pi, and I think table of signs. That's why here the picture is in this chapter. We must study about the great mathematician and to know about him. Let's see what is the introduction of this chapter. The word trigonometry is derived from the Greek words trigon and metron, and it means measuring the sides of a triangle. The subject was originally developed to solve geometric problems involving triangles. It was studied by sea captains for navigation, surveyors to map out the new lands by engineers and others. Currently, trigonometry is used in many areas such as science of seismology. I think you know the science of seismology means about the earthquakes knowledge. Seismology is the science in which we study about the earthquakes. One of the topic is this one also in the science of the seismology. Designing electric currents, describing the state of an atom, predicting the heights of tides. It means what? High tides in the ocean. Analyzing musical tone and in many other areas. And we have studied about the trigonometry. Started this in class 9th, where we have studied about the ratios, trigonometric ratios of in this chapter, the 9th class. And in 10th class, we have studied about heights and distances of few problems related to this. We will generalize in this chapter, we will generalize concept of trigonometric ratios to trigonometric functions and study their properties. What we knew study in this chapter, especially we have studied about angles in degree. Here we will just know about the another measurement which you can take in the case of angles. And here we will study about both directions, clockwise and anti-clockwise. In previous classes, we have studied only one rotation. Here we will discuss clockwise and anti-clockwise, both directions. Let's see here, angles. First subtopic is here, that is angles. Angle is a measure of rotation of given ray about its initial point. The original ray is given to you here. Suppose the initial ray is this one. If you move from initial ray to terminal ray in the anti-clockwise direction, as you know, this is a clock, suppose this is a clockwise direction, and anti-clock means opposite to clock. This is a anti-clockwise direction. If you move anti-clockwise, then the angle is positive angle. Suppose this angle is theta, and I will write down positive theta. Plus sign will be there along this angle. If we move from initial line to the clockwise direction, then the angle will be negative sign of minus theta. Suppose it is theta with 30 degree, it means this is minus of 30 degree. If it is 30 degree in the direction which is anti-clockwise, then positive angle will be there, positive 30 degree will be there. So We have to remember clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. Initial line, terminal line, and vertex where these two rays join to each other. These 3 points we have to know. Now further, if rotation is complete rotation, initial line, suppose this is initial line and initial line, a ray, you can say, suppose it is initial ray, and this is the terminal ray. If we rotate this terminal ray to 0 to last up to initial ray in the direction anti-clockwise direction, the angle will be of complete angle. One complete revolution will be there. Or we can say here, original line is known as the initial line. This is the initial side. And the final position of the ray after rotation is called the terminal side of the angle. The point of rotation is called a vertex. It means here fixed point, this is known as vertex. If the direction of rotation is anti-clockwise, the angle is said to be positive. If the direction of rotation is clockwise, the angle is of negative. The measure of an angle is the amount of rotation performed to take the terminal side from the initial side. There are several units for measuring angles, several units. We have studied about degree. Today we'll discuss one more measurement unit for the angle. The definition of an angle suggests a unit, one complete revolution from the position of the initial side as indicated in this. I have told you this is the complete revolution. 360-degree complete angle will be there. In the direction of what? Direction is anti-clockwise direction, so it will be positive sign. Now, how to measure the angles when the rotation is clockwise also? Degree measure is there. One of the measurement of the angle is degree measure. If the rotation from the initial side to terminal side is 1/360th of a revolution, the angle is said to have a measure of a 1 degree, written as 1 degree. A degree is divided into 60 minutes. What is the meaning of this? Degree is divided into 60 minutes. Suppose this is the initial line, this is the terminal line. Suppose this is the 1 degree. Suppose, because 1 degree is very small degree, not easy to plot here. Just I have drawn 1 degree. Suppose it is 1 degree. What is the meaning of this? 60 minutes. 1 degree is 60 minutes. It means we make 60 equal parts of this 1 degree. It means this small arc is divided into 60 equal parts, and each part is what? That is minute. 1 degree is divided into 60 minutes and minute divided into 60 seconds. By using the microscope, you can see this what? When 1 minute is there, suppose 60 parts, 1 part of this 60 is this one, and this further it is divided into 60 parts. 1 second will be there. It means 1 degree divided into 60 minutes and 1 minute is divided into 60 seconds, 60 equal parts. Degree in 60 equal parts becomes minute, and 1 minute divided into 60 parts, it becomes the 60 seconds. 1/6 of a degree is called a minute. 1/60th of a degree is called a minute, written as 1 minute. How to write? 1 and dash. 1 minute. And if you put 2 dash superscript, then it means what? It is a second sign. And 1/60th of a minute is called a second, written as 1 double dash, and that is known as 1 second. So 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes, and 1 second is equal to 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. 1 degree 60 minutes, 1 minute 60 seconds. Now here we have to see these figures. First one is 360 degree. As you know, we have studied 180 degree. Anti-clockwise we are studying. This is 270 degree as we have studied. Next come to, that is up to 360 we have studied. Up to 360 we have studied one rotation. If we move further, it means what? We are going for the second rotation. In the first rotation 360 degree, further rotation is 60 degrees more. It means this is one rotation 360 plus 60, it becomes 420 degree. We can move up to 4 rotation, to 3 rotation, 5 rotation, we can take number of rotations. Now here it is what? Clockwise direction. If clockwise direction is there, so the angle is 30 degree, we have to write down minus 30. Minus 30 degree. Here it is what? It is the clockwise direction, completed 360, one rotation, and further again 60 degree. It means 60 plus 360, that is 360 plus 60 is 420. And rotation is clockwise rotation, it means minus 420 degree. It means you have to remember that when the rotation is clockwise, negative sign will be there. If rotation is anti-clockwise, then it is the angle has a positive sign. Radian measure. Next measure is the radian measure. There is another unit for measurement of an angle called radian measure. This is a second measure. First we have studied degree, second is a radian measure. Angle subtended at the center by an arc of length 1 unit in a unit circle is said to have a measure of 1 degree. It means what? Here you can see one circle is there. This is a unit circle. Unit circle means radius equal to 1 unit. Radius of the circle is 1 unit. When 1 unit, we mark arc on this circle, and this is the arc which is 1 unit as the radius. Radius is 1 unit, and arc which is we are marking, that is 1 unit. Now when we take this terminal line, the angle formation will be there. That angle will be of 1 radian. If it is in clockwise direction, then it will be minus 1 radian. If 1 unit angle is there and the measurement of the arc is 1.5 unit, the angle will be 1/2 radian. Same measurement as it is in the arc. So here we will get a formula, that is theta is equal to L upon R. Where we are taking R is equal to 1, that's why theta and R, L both are equal. How much we are taking the measurement on arc? Same angle we are forming on the center of the circle, because the unit circle is taken here. So formula you have to learn, theta is equal to L upon R, and here when we get the theta, that is the measurement having radian, 1 radian, 2 radian, 1.5 radian, and so on. In previous we wrote degree, here we'll write radian. Here is a formula which you have to learn. Theta is equal to L upon R, where theta is in radian and L can be calculated by using R into theta. L is equal to R theta. Here relation between radian and line, real number line. As the circle is written here, sorry, the circle is drawn here, and one line passes through the point of contact. This is a point of contact, and 0 is the point where it is marked here, 0. When I rotate this number line on this circle, a number line is the real number line. When I start to rotate this number line like this, suppose this is rotated on this number line and circle, radian and real number becomes corresponding to each other. One maybe here 1 radian, angle will be 1 radian. When it is a line, it is a 1, otherwise it is 1 radian on circle. They will, when you map real number and circle points, then there is a relation, between the radian and the real number. In numbers and radian both mapped to each other. So here just read it, paragraph. This paragraph: consider the unit circle with center O. Let A be any point on the circle. Consider OA as initial side of a angle. Then the length of an arc of the circle will give the radian measure of the angle which the arc will subtend at the center of the circle, which I have told you. Consider the line PAQ, which is a tangent. Just I told you, point of contact. Point of contact is A. It means what? This line, this number line is a tangent. It just touches the circle only, and A is a point of contact. Let point A represents the real number 0. AP represents positive real numbers, and AQ represents the negative real numbers. You can see here positive and negative numbers are there. If we rope the line, I'm just telling you, when we rotate this number line on a circle, it means what? When we rope the if we rope the line AP in the anti-clockwise direction along the circle, and AQ as the clockwise, because just you can see here, I have put the arrow here in the figure. Then every real number will correspond to radian measure. There will be mapping between number and the radian measurement. The radian measure and the real number can consider as one and the same. One mapping will be there in the figure. Relationship between degree and radian now. As I have told you, suppose this is a circle. This is the initial line. When terminal line completes its rotation, it means what? The length of an arc is equal to circumference of the circle. Length of the arc, this, when you measure theta is equal to L upon R, it means what? Length of arc will be is circumference of the circle, and radius of the circle is 1, and this becomes 2 pi. Theta angle will be equal to 2 pi radian. When I talk like this, rotation complete, one complete rotation is there, then it is 360 degree. Both are same. Here it is in radian, here it is in degree. When I compare them and write, that it comes out 2 pi radian will be equal to 360 degree, and you can say pi radian will be equal to 180 degree. You can get it how I solved it, because length of arc, how much is the length of arc? That one is the angle. What is the length of arc? Here length of arc is the circumference of the circle, because one complete rotation means what? Circumference of the circle. 2 pi r is 1, and theta is 2 pi here in the radian form, and degree 360 degree, both are equal, and you can find pi radian will be equal to 180 degree. And 1 radian, you can say 1 radian will be equal to 180 upon pi. If I want 1 degree is equal to, then pi upon 180 radian. Because if I put here 1 degree, it means 180 will be here. If I put 1 here, 1 radian here, then it will goes in the right hand direction. Okay, this is the measurement which you have to relation between the degree and radian. You have to learn these two formulae for the further solution of the questions. 1 radian is equal to 180 upon pi, and if you calculate it, this is 57 degrees 16 minutes, and 1 degree is equal to 180 pi upon 180 radian. When you simplify it, you will get 0.01746 radians. These are the values which you have to remember for 1 marks questions. But now this is a relation between degree measure and radian measure of the some common angles as given below. Let's see the table. The 30 degree means what? I told you 1 degree is equal to pi upon 180 radian. We have studied about 30 degree. If 1 degree is this one, then 30 degree will be equal to what? Multiply by 30 to this. You will get pi upon 6 radian. Here is written 30 degree can be written as in radian, that is pi by 6. For 45 it is pi by 4. For 60 it is pi by 3. For 90 degree we can write in radian, that is pi by 2, that is pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi. If we write angle in degree, then that those are 30, 45, 60, 90, 180, 270, 360. If we wrote angle in a radian, then pi by 6, pi by 4, pi by 3, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi. It depends on it what is given in a question, whether you have to find out in a radian form or in a degree form. Let's do example number 1. Convert 40 degree 20 minute into radian measure. We have just studied only degree to radian. It means first of all you have to convert this minute into degree. As 40 degree 20 minutes can be written as 40 is to, this is 40 degree and that is 20 minutes. 20 minutes means what? How many degrees? 1 degree 60 minutes, 1 minute 60 seconds. If I am just converting into degree, it means we are dividing this 20 by 60. You will write 40 degree, or you can say 40 is to 20 upon 60. You will get 40 is to 1 by 3 degree. 40 is to 1 by 3 degree. It means what? How you will get it? That minute, 20 minute is converted into degree after dividing the term by 60. Now, when you simplify it, this will be 121 upon 3. And in radians, 1 degree is equal to how many radians? 180 upon, pi upon 180 radian. Now here is degree, 121 upon 3 degree. It means pi upon 180 into 121 upon 3. Simplify it. It comes out 121 pi upon 3, 540 radians. Apply the formula. 1 degree is equal to pi upon 180 radians. Now convert 6 radian into degrees. Now 1 degree is equal to 180 upon pi radian. Okay, just a minute. Yes, 180 upon pi degree. Okay. Pi radian, we have to convert 6 radian into degrees. Radian into degrees. It means 1 radian is equal to how much degrees? 180 upon pi degrees. 6 radians is equal to 180 upon pi into 6 radian. This comes out. Put the values of pi, that is 22 by 7, and simplify it. You are getting this one. 343 is to 7 upon 11 degree. Now, how many minutes, how many seconds are there? Just see, I have to start from here. Let's see what it comes out. 343 degree, when you're dividing by 22, you're getting 343 degree. It means separated 343 degree you got. Now 7 upon 11. 7 upon 11, that is in degree, you have to convert it into minute. It means multiplying by 60, it becomes now minute. That is 420 upon 11. Now 420 upon 11 means dividing this 420 by 11. 33, and it comes out equal to 12 minus 3. Now 8. Now here is 2 left. Now 38 minute. Now 2 is left with 2. This becomes 38 is to 2 upon 11. That is minute. Now this 38 minute write as it is. 2 upon 11 minute. Convert this into seconds. 2 upon 11 into 60 becomes seconds. It means 120 upon 11 seconds. Now divide it, you will get 10.9 seconds. I think you can do it. Degree, minute and seconds. How to convert it into degree, minute and second? First of all, what we did, 343 degree is to 7 upon 11 degree. 343 round figure is the answer, degree answer. Now 7 upon 11 is multiplied by 60, convert it into minute and divide. Again fraction part, 2 upon 11 is multiplied by 60, convert into second. You will get the seconds. Example number 3rd. Find the radius of the circle in which the center angle of 60 degree intercepts an arc of length 37.4 centimeter. Now I told you, whenever you apply theta is equal to L upon R, you have to take theta as radians. Theta as radians. Here, length of arc 37.4, theta 60 degree. It means how many radians? Pi by 3 radians. How it is calculated? 1 degree is equal to pi upon 180 radian, and 60 degree is equal to pi upon 180 into 60. You can get it pi upon 3 radian. It means when you write 60 degree or pi by 3 radian, both are same. But here in the formula you have measure of radian only. Pi by 3 you have to put. Theta is equal to L upon R. If you want to calculate R, it means L upon theta will be the formula. Put the values and simplify it. You will get 35.7 centimeter, the length of the radius. Now next example number 4. The minute hand of a watch is 1.5 centimeter long. It means radius is given 1.5 centimeter long. How far does its tip move in 40 minutes? We must know that in 1 minute, how much angle a clock makes. In 60 minutes, the minute hand of a watch complete 1 revolution. What is the meaning of this? In 60 minutes, it means what? 60 minute gives you 1 rotation. It means 360 degree angle. In 1 minute, it means the angle will be of 6 degree. When I'm talking about 1 minute angle in a 1 minute, you are getting 6 degree angle. Here 40 minutes are given to you. It means what? In 40 minutes, angle will be 6 into 40, that is 240 degree. If it is in degree, it is 240 degree, because we are using theta is equal to L upon R formula. Here theta is in radians. It means 240 into pi upon 180. Simplify it. That is 4 pi upon 3 radians. Angle is theta is equal to 4 pi upon 3 radians. Now put the values. We will get the length of arc, that is L is equal to R theta. R is 1.5, theta is 4 pi upon 3. Put the values. You will get 6.28 centimeter. This is a good question. Now example number 5. In this question, if the arcs of the same length in 2 circles subtends angle 65 degree and 110 degree at the center, find the ratio of their radii. Okay. Length of an arc is same. 2 circles are there. Angles are given 65 degree and 110 degree. It means what? We have to make this angle first of all in radians. Convert these angles in radians. 65 degree can be written as 13 pi upon 36. 110 can be written as 22 pi upon 36. Length of arc. Theta is equal to L upon R. If I'm talking about 2 circles, it means I have to put here 1 For the second circle, I am taking theta 2 L upon R2 because length of arcs are same. That's why I have taken L and L. First length of arc theta 1 R1 and theta 2 R2 both will be same because length of arcs are same. Here this is written R1 theta 1. Now put the values and get the ratio R1 ratio R2. These are two values you have to put. Yes, put the values of theta 1 and theta 2. This is theta 1, this is theta 2. Put the values. When you transpose this R2 to this side, that comes out R1 upon R2, and this comes out 22 upon 13. It means ratio is 22 ratio 13. Now I think next is the exercise 3.1 for you. Do the question of exercise 3.1. I hope you can do the questions now. We have discussed all examples and all concepts regarding this exercise. Do this exercise. If there is any problem, we'll discuss in the next lecture. Thank you. Have a nice day.